Hi, I would like to tell you something about the nature of love that I've learned recently because of my own inner healing process and because of some of the counselings that I'm doing. And it's it's so funny and it's so hard to put it into words. And it might sound a little bit psychological, but I can assure you it's more than that. Um, when you don't react and don't intervene and don't help and don't solve the issue, you don't control and you don't try to avoid bad things to happen, it can be love. When you don't care, when you don't try to manipulate things to be different, when you don't um, protect someone, when you don't make sure that they avoid an unnecessary round, when you don't protect them from the consequences of their actions, it can be love. I already had a video, a short video about that. That it can be love when you allow people to face the natural consequence of their actions. And now I learned so much about the nature of love. We all know that neglecting someone and not being there for them and not helping them and abandoning them is bad for them. Especially when you do that with a little child, it can cause like trauma and things like that. Um, so we kind of know it as a society, but we can cause almost equal harm by overreacting and intervening too many times and doing things for them all the time and solving all the issues for them. And it's dangerous because we then set the bar so high. Like we things that are natural challenges of life can appear to them as unsolvable huge issues because you were solving them all the time, you were intervening all the time, you were overreacting all the time, and they start to believe that this is something that is unmanageable, this is something huge, this is something stressful. And this is what my parents did to me, so I had to face it the hard way. And it's funny to see that it's not just with me. Like, there are plenty of people who believe love is overgiving and and solving everything and protecting for everything and caring for everything and reacting to everything and creating a safe bubble around someone. And I had to learn it the hard way that love, as the nature of God, is not like that. Like, He is that kind of parent who allows. Look at what kind of parent He is to you and to humanity. He allows. We can saw and reap and face the consequences of our actions. He's not protecting us from everything. He's not protecting us from other people's bad decisions. He's not protecting them. He's not intervening so that this action won't reach our lives. The consequences of their actions don't reach our lives. And we can argue about why there is evil in the world and how God can allow it. I don't have the answers for that question, for those questions. All I know is love as the nature of God is not intervening all the time. It is intervening at the most cruel, most crucial situations when we allow him or ask him. But most of the time, he is like this loving presence that is supportive, that is ready to help if needed, but he is not buzzing all the time. And now that I could see some of those overreactive people, and I started to become one in my relationship who is like, oh, all I'm doing is loving them and taking care of them. And with that slogan, I calmed myself down like, oh, it's okay. But deep inside, I felt something unpeaceful, like there's something wrong about it. Like, it cannot be wrong, it's love. It can be wrong. Probably Hitler used to love the German nation, the German people. And that love was quite twisted and evil. So love can be very far away from love. And we have no other option but to learn what love is like from God. No other option. I cannot tell you when to intervene and when not to intervene. I cannot set up a system of how you should and shouldn't react. It's only something that you can feel, like the Holy Spirit can only lead you to what to do and what not to do. There is no system of rules. I'm not even sure that much smarter people could come up with a reasonable system of rules for that. You can only follow this instinct of the Holy Spirit. So, yeah, it can actually be evil when you can cause a huge harm to people by intervening all the time and solving issues for them all the time. And it's not like you are evil. Most of the people who are doing that, they are kind people who want the best, but they use the love they learned in life. I did the same. Oh, this is what love is like according to my previous experiences. This is my definition of love. And my definition of love and love, huge difference. So we desperately need to learn what love is like from love himself. No other option. Only he can show it to you when to react and when not to react. And now that I have seen so many overreactive people, including myself, I can see how much of a blessing it could be when you give space to people to grow into what they want to become and make their own choices and make their own failures and reap their own harvest and make unnecessary things and do unnecessary rounds and just see for themselves what they don't want and what they do want. And God is the one who allows this, allows us to come to our own conclusion and make our own decision. And we can love people like that. Actually, you can receive that kind of love from God, and you can also tell people that, okay, this is what you call love, this is what I don't want because it's not love. And you can also love people like that, with that allowing kind of love. And yeah, it's just so hard to swallow, but you can give by not giving, and help by not helping, and caring by not caring. Yes. And it's also about what you don't do. And it's such a gift that you can give to people, is that they can bloom and they can grow into what they want to be. And God is like, both the weeds and the wheat is in the soil, and I won't select them out until the harvest. So these weeds and wheat thing can, is something that can be applied to our thoughts and decisions and emotions. Like all the bad and good things we can saw into our lives. And God is not the one who is forcefully selecting them and ripping them away from us. It's like, it's a bad behavior, it's a bad thought, it's a bad this, I'm taking it out. He's not like that. He's like, if that's what you want, here you go. I'm gonna be here. I'm gonna be loving you. I'm gonna be helping you if you want. And he's only intervening in crucial moments. Like, I don't know whether you've seen some old person who is like so at peace with life, and like sitting in a rocking chair watching the family like quarreling and playing and shouting or whatever. Only they're only smiling, and they're like, it's all just fine. And they only intervene when there is something really crucial going on. I think God is a little bit like that. He is giving you the gift of being who you are right now, and making the decisions that you are able to make right now. He is not um, compensating your things. He's not like, let's make it avoided, let's make it not happen, let's make it shift a little bit, let's make it a little bit different, let's this and that, it's better for you, let me make it for you, let me do it for you. He's he's not like that. And it's crucial for you to understand, because love is like that. And you can help an awful lot when you start to love like that. Being like a kind and peaceful and supporting and loving presence in their lives, who is there, who is available, who is ready to help, but who is not forcing or manipulating anything. The greatest gift you can give to people is the space to become what they want to become. And I learned it the harder way. Like, my inner healing process is quite tough at times. And the people I'm trying to help, many of them suffer from neglect, but almost the same number is suffering from overreacting and overprotective love. And it's a generalization, but sometimes men are more likely to be like not caring and neglecting, and women are more likely to do this suffocating kind of overreacting love. And none of them is really good, and it's not true for everyone, but it's a tendency. And I also discovered this tendency in me. Like, I'm loving in a way that leaves no space. I make the food, I make the program, I make everything. And and I'm surprised why people are not thankful. I'm doing everything for them. And all they needed was space. um, so we say like, oh, I wish God intervened and made me avoid that. Are you sure? Wouldn't you feel like you're in prison, that you are bound, that you can't do whatever you want if God always corrected your decisions and reactions? If this is not, it should be this way, it should be that way. Let me show you how it's better done. It's not like that. But when you open yourself up to Him and ask Him, like, oh, I want you to intervene, I want you to select things out, I want you to restore me no matter the cost. You can rip out all the weeds. I allow you. Then strange things start to happen because God, who was always available, starts to do things that you finally allowed him. So sometimes people ask me, like, how do you get to that level when those kinds of things happen to you? And I'm like, you misunderstand it. I'm not that level. I'm not any better. There is nothing mysterious about me. Those harsh interventions on God's part are the results of like I allowing him, I asking him, because he is that much not forceful. Even if it's good for you, he won't force it on you. He's just on standby mode, watching you, loving you, helping you, supporting you from the background, but he's not turning your life upside down just because he knows it's good for you. He allows you to come to the conclusion and that you want to allow him to do things like that. So yeah, we can all learn that kind of love from God, and we can all start to love people like that. And it's not like, oh, no, extremes are good, let's go the middle path, the golden path. Like, neglecting is bad and overreacting is bad, so the middle path. No, the middle path can be equally terrible. Like, you can intervene when you shouldn't, and you can neglect when your intervention was very much needed. So you can be in the middle and do terrible at loving people. And I'm telling it from my own experience. So there's no other option. Learning from love himself what love looks like. And it's not far. It's not a distant secret knowledge. It's like you look at how God treats you, how he treats humanity, and you realize how he loves and cares in a kind and gentle way, and sometimes when needed, in a very active and massive way, and how he lets things happen, how he allows things happen, so that you can sow any seeds in your life, so that you can maintain that freedom. As soon as you are ready, he is ready. He was ready before. May we all learn what love is like from love himself. God bless you.